Hello everyone, I'm Anime Uchiha X. Today I will be making What If Issei Was Evil Part 3. Let's start. Ryuji realized that Issei's legacy was not just one of power and ambition, but also of caution and humility. Issei had been a complex figure, one who had made mistakes but had also learned from them. As Ryuji continued his journey, he vowed to honor the legacy of Issei. He would use his power for good and never let his desire for power overcome his sense of justice. In the end, Ryuji knew that he had big shoes to fill. Issei had been a legendary figure, one whose name would be remembered for generations to come. But Ryuji was ready to take on the challenge, to continue Issei's fight for justice and to leave his own mark on the world. Ryuji had been traveling the world for several years, fighting against the forces of evil and upholding the legacy of Issei. He had become a hero in his own right, admired and respected by the people he had sworn to protect. However, his journey was about to take a dark turn. A new threat had emerged, one that would test Ryuji's resolve and force him to confront his past. This threat came in the form of a villain, one who had been thought to be dead for years. His name was Loki, and he had been one of Issei's most dangerous enemies. Loki had been presumed dead after a battle with Issei, but it seemed that he had somehow survived. He had returned with a vengeance, seeking to destroy everything that Issei had stood for. Ryuji knew that he had to stop Loki, but he was conflicted. He had idolized Issei for years, but he knew that Issei had also been responsible for Loki's rise to power. Ryuji decided that he had to confront Loki, but he would do so on his own terms. He would not let his desire for revenge cloud his judgment, nor would he let his loyalty to Issei blind him to the truth. Ryuji and Loki met in battle, and the fight was intense. Ryuji fought with all his might, determined to protect the people he had sworn to defend. In the end, Ryuji emerged victorious, having defeated Loki and restored peace to the world. However, the battle had taken a toll on him, and he realized that he still had much to learn. Ryuji knew that he had been shaped by Issei's legacy, but he also knew that he had to find his own path. He vowed to continue fighting for justice, but he would do so in his own way, with his own values and principles. After Ryuji's decisive victory against Loki, the world began to slowly heal from the wounds of their battle. Peace returned, and the people rejoiced at the defeat of one of Issei's most dangerous adversaries. However, Ryuji couldn't shake off the lingering questions that plagued his mind. He had dedicated himself to upholding justice and protecting the innocent, but he couldn't help but wonder if there was a way to redeem Issei's tarnished legacy. Driven by this burning desire, Ryuji embarked on a quest to seek out those who had been affected by Issei's actions. He sought to understand the pain and suffering caused by Issei's reign and find a way to make amends. As he journeyed across the land, Ryuji encountered individuals who had been both friend and foe to Issei. He listened to their stories, their accounts of the chaos and destruction that had ensued during Issei's reign of power. In these encounters, Ryuji discovered that Issei's actions had left a lasting impact, not just on the world but also on the lives of those he had interacted with. He realized that redemption could not be achieved through grand gestures alone but required personal growth, understanding, and sincere remorse. Ryuji reached out to those affected, offering his support and assistance in rebuilding their lives. He sought to make reparations where he could, to provide aid and solace to those who had suffered because of Issei's past actions. Through his efforts, Ryuji began to see glimpses of hope. The wounds of the past were slowly healing, and people began to forgive, not just Issei, but also themselves for the roles they had played in his reign. In the process, Ryuji discovered that redemption was not solely for Issei but also for the collective conscience of the world. He learned that forgiveness and growth were essential to move forward and build a brighter future. As Ryuji continued his journey, he became an ambassador of change, spreading the message of redemption and hope. He inspired others to confront their past mistakes and strive for a better tomorrow. The world had undergone a profound transformation since Ryuji embarked on his quest for redemption. The legacy of Issei and the darkness that had once shrouded the land had been replaced by a newfound sense of hope and unity. However, Ryuji knew that there was still one final chapter to be written, one last confrontation that would determine the ultimate fate of Issei's legacy. News reached Ruji of a powerful artifact, known as the Redemption Stone, said to have the ability to cleanse the tainted souls of those who had fallen into darkness. It was rumored that the stone could bring about true redemption and restore balance to the world. Driven by his purpose, Ruji set out on a perilous journey to locate the Redemption Stone. He faced numerous challenges and overcame countless obstacles along the way, testing his resolve and strength. Finally, Ruji reached the ancient ruins where the Redemption Stone was said to be hidden. As he entered the chamber, he found himself facing an unexpected adversary, Issei himself. Issei, still consumed by his thirst for power, had learned of the Redemption Stone and sought to claim it for himself. He believed that the stone could grant him a second chance, an opportunity to rewrite his dark legacy. A fierce battle ensued as Ruji and Issei clashed with all their might. Each blow resonated with the weight of their shared past, their conflicting ideals and desires. It was a battle not just of physical prowess, but of the soul. As the battle reached its climax, Ruji realized that defeating Issei would not bring about the redemption he sought. He understood that true redemption could only come from within, through self-reflection and genuine remorse. With a newfound understanding, Ruji redirected his efforts. Rather than defeating Issei, he sought to reach out to him, to show him the path towards redemption and a chance to find peace. In a moment of vulnerability, Ruji shared his own journey of growth and redemption, inspiring Issei to question his choices and the consequences they had wrought. Touched by Ruji's sincerity, Issei began to see the errors of his ways. He recognized the pain and suffering he had caused and the weight of his past actions. Together, Ruji and Issei approached the Redemption Stone. With a combined effort, they activated its power, unleashing a surge of energy that enveloped them both. In that moment, the darkness within Issei was purified, replaced by a newfound light. Issei had achieved true redemption, embracing the opportunity to change and make amends. With the Redemption Stone's power expended, Ruji and Issei emerged from the chamber, transformed and united in their purpose. They vowed to work together, utilizing their unique strengths and experiences to bring about positive change in the world. The world celebrated this unexpected turn of events, witnessing the redemption of one of its greatest villains. Ruji and Issei became beacons of hope, inspiring others to confront their own demons and seek redemption. And so, as they walked side by side, Ruji and Issei set out on a new journey, not as enemies, but as allies on a shared quest to create a world where darkness could be transformed into light. After the redemption of Issei, the world underwent a profound transformation. The once shattered realm had found healing and reconciliation, as the darkness of the past was replaced by a newfound era of peace and unity. Ruji and Issei had become symbols of redemption, inspiring others to confront their own inner demons and strive for personal growth. Together, they worked tirelessly to rebuild the world, mending the wounds caused by their past actions. The duo established an organization called the Order of Redemption, dedicated to bringing hope, justice, and reconciliation to all corners of the world. They recruited individuals who, like them, had experienced the transformative power of redemption. The Order of Redemption became a beacon of hope for those in need, offering aid and support to communities ravaged by conflict and despair. They provided resources for education, healthcare, and infrastructure, helping to restore stability and prosperity. Ruji and Issei led by example, showcasing the transformative power of redemption through their actions. They traveled to different regions, addressing conflicts and advocating for peaceful resolutions. Their efforts garnered international recognition, and the Order of Redemption became a respected global force for positive change. It inspired others to look beyond past mistakes and work towards a better future. As time passed, Ruji and Issei's bond grew stronger, forged through shared experiences and a deep understanding of the human capacity for growth and change. They became brothers in arms, united by their commitment to making amends and creating a legacy of redemption. However, challenges still arose along their path. Forces that sought to exploit the remnants of darkness attempted to disrupt the progress they had made. Ruji and Issei faced threats that tested their resolve and the strength of their newfound redemption. But they persevered, never losing sight of their purpose. They stood as a testament to the fact that redemption was not a one-time event but an ongoing journey, requiring constant vigilance and a commitment to staying true to their principles. Through their unwavering dedication, Ruji and Issei inspired generations to come. Their story became a legend, passed down through the ages, reminding people of the power of forgiveness, growth, and the potential for change. And as the years went by, the world flourished under the guidance of the Order of Redemption. The scars of the past became reminders of the strength and resilience of humanity, a testament to the transformative power of redemption. In the end, Ruji and Issei's journey was not just about redeeming their own souls but about inspiring others to embark on their own paths of redemption and make a positive impact in the world. As they stood at the pinnacle of their efforts, gazing out at the world they had helped to shape, Ruji and Issei knew that their journey was far from over. They looked towards the future, ready to face new challenges and continue their mission of redemption. For the world had learned that no matter how dark the past may be, redemption always held the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Years had passed since Ruji and Issei had embarked on their journey of redemption. The world had transformed under their guidance, and their names had become legendary, forever etched in the annals of history. As they entered the twilight of their lives, Ruji and Issei reflected on the impact they had made and the lasting changes they had brought about. They had witnessed the triumphs and struggles of generations, and their hearts were filled with a profound sense of fulfillment. The Order of Redemption had flourished, passing down their teachings and ideals to new leaders who continued their mission. The world had embraced the principles of forgiveness, growth, and unity, forever changed by the legacy of Ruji and Issei. But even in the midst of peace, a new threat emerged, one that challenged everything they had worked so hard to build. A faction known as the Dark Enclave rose to power, seeking to exploit the lingering shadows of the past for their own sinister purposes. Ruji and Issei knew that their final battle had come. They gathered the remaining members of the Order of Redemption, their trusted allies who had stood by their side through thick and thin. Together, they confronted the Dark Enclave, engaging in a climactic clash of ideals and power. The battle raged on, with each side fighting fiercely for their vision of the future. Throughout the struggle, Ruji and Issei exhibited the full extent of their strength and wisdom. They utilized their years of experience to outmaneuver their enemies, leading their allies with unwavering determination. As the dust settled and victory seemed within their grasp, Ruji and Issei found themselves face to face with the leader of the Dark Enclave, a formidable opponent whose darkness seemed impenetrable. In a final act of sacrifice, Ruji stepped forward, prepared to give everything he had to protect the world he had fought so hard to redeem. With a surge of power, he engaged the leader of the Dark Enclave in a desperate duel. Meanwhile, Issei, driven by a renewed sense of purpose, rallied their allies and inspired them to stand against the encroaching darkness. Together, they unleashed a torrent of light and hope, pushing back the forces of the Dark Enclave. In the climax of the battle, Ruji delivered a devastating blow, sacrificing himself to vanquish the leader of the Dark Enclave once and for all. His selfless act left an indelible mark on the world, a testament to the power of redemption and the lengths one would go to protect what they held dear. With Ruji's sacrifice, Issei and their allies emerged victorious. The Dark Enclave was disbanded, and the world breathed a collective sigh of relief. Ruji's legacy, intertwined with Issei's, lived on in the hearts of those they had touched. Issei, now burdened with the weight of loss, vowed to honor Ruji's memory by continuing their mission. He stepped into the role of mentor, guiding the next generation of leaders within the Order of Redemption and imparting his wisdom and experiences. And so, as the sun set on their final battle, Issei carried on Ruji's legacy with unwavering determination. The world would forever remember their names, two individuals who had transcended their past and brought about a new era of hope and redemption. As the years rolled by, the world continued to thrive under the influence of the Order of Redemption. The ideals of forgiveness, growth, and unity remained the guiding principles, passed down from one generation to the next. And in the hearts of all those who carried the flame of redemption, the memory of Ruji and Issei burned bright, a reminder that even in the face of darkness, there. As time passed, Issei continued to lead the Order of Redemption with unwavering dedication, ensuring that the legacy of Ruji and their shared mission endured. The world flourished under their guidance, and the principles of forgiveness, growth, and unity became deeply ingrained in the fabric of society. Issei found solace in knowing that Ruji's sacrifice had not been in vain. His memory lived on in the hearts of those he had touched, and the impact of his redemption journey resonated throughout generations. Under Issei's leadership, the Order of Redemption expanded its reach, extending its influence to the farthest corners of the world. They implemented programs focused on education, healing, and reconciliation, striving to create a world where darkness had no place to thrive. Years turned into decades, and Issei grew older, his once powerful physique tempered by time. However, his spirit remained as indomitable as ever, fueled by the memories of his past and the unyielding commitment to his mission. As Issei neared the end of his life, a profound sense of contentment washed over him. He had witnessed the transformative power of redemption firsthand and had dedicated his existence to bringing about positive change. On his final day, surrounded by loved ones and members of the Order of Redemption, Issei's last words echoed through the room. He spoke of the journey he had undertaken, the battles fought, and the victories won. He expressed his gratitude to those who had stood by his side, embracing the ideals of redemption and never faltering in their pursuit of a better world. As his breaths grew shallow, Issei's gaze turned skyward. In that moment, a brilliant light enveloped him, illuminating the room with a celestial glow. The presence of Ruji, his fallen comrade, seemed to embrace Issei one last time, their souls forever connected through the bonds forged in redemption. With a serene smile, Issei took his final breath, his spirit ascending to the realm of legends, where the souls of the redeemed found eternal peace. The news of Issei's passing spread throughout the world, and an outpouring of grief and gratitude followed. People from all walks of life, whose lives had been touched by the Order of Redemption, came together to honor Issei's memory. In the years that followed, the Order of Redemption continued its work, guided by the principles and values instilled by Ruji and Issei. They faced new challenges, but the flame of redemption burned brightly, inspiring a new generation to carry the torch forward. And so, the world moved forward, forever changed by the actions of two extraordinary individuals. Their story became a legend, a testament to the indomitable spirit of redemption and the potential for growth that lay within every human soul. As the sun set on this chapter of history, a new dawn emerged. The legacy of Ruji and Issei lived on, an eternal flame that would guide future generations towards a world where redemption, forgiveness, and unity reigned supreme. This is the end of part 3 of the What If Issei Was Evil video series. If you enjoyed this type of what if content, let me know your ideas, and I'll do my best to create more engaging videos for you. Also, if you like this video, please consider hitting the notification bell and the like button, as well as subscribing to the channel for more exciting content in the future. Thank you for your support.